Cardinals have picked themselves up with a 2-run homer. It's a 4-4 game.
Game-tying homer, Wilson Contreras to left. It is 4-4 in the top of the 8th.
Shuffling around here at Mayfield, your Budweiser play of the game. First pitch, deep drive, his 10th of the season to tie it up. So Booster has given up 2 hits, 2 runs.
Here's Nolan Gorman. He's 0 for 3.
Here. You got Gorman up 0 for 3 today.
And that's a fastball that just misses outside, 1-0.
Well, as you said earlier, Brad, this is a White Sox bullpen that's evolving on a day-to-day basis. They made a whole bunch of roster moves today with the doubleheader.
Check swing sweeper that may have caught the corner, but it didn't. 2 balls, no strikes.
Their first save
on Gorman
until late April this year. Yeah, it's a group that you can get back.
Cam Boozer really struggling.
Certainly has some stuff,
but he gets a big swing and a miss from Nolan Gorman there on a sweeper, 2-1.
Figure it out. That's why your at-bats are so incredibly important.
Gorman playing second, no hits today, a ground out and 2 strikeouts.
They're long days for guys, even in the first one. You really got to stay mentally locked in. Certainly Contreras was locked in on that one.
Soft tapper right back to Boozer. Fire to first is over the head of Miguel Vargas. And what is normally a routine play, Cam Boozer threw it too high.
Baby flip it over there to first base and right over the head of Vargas.
Oh my gosh, that is inexcusable.
Something that'll drive a manager crazy is stuff like that. It's a free out. Tap her back to you. Make a play. We saw that in game 1. White Sox threw the ball all over the diamond, and the Cardinals took advantage.
Now here's Nolan Arenado.
2 in, 1 on, nobody out. Arenado, Nootbaar, Walker, and Scott are all lurking in the 8th inning.
After Nolan Gorman gets on, thanks to an error. What can Nolan Arenado do here?
Open umpire Carlos Torres with some housekeeping to do. Now he's ready. Short lead at first.
First pitch. Caught the corner, strike 1. Arenado was intentionally walked in his last at-bat.
Single runs in the 1st and 6th. Get the dynamic duo of Burleson and Contreras going.
0-1. Arenado shoots one the other way, but it's foul, and he's down 0-2.
The Redbirds have Phil Maton getting ready. The White Sox substituted liberally in the 6th inning and the 7th.
Payoff.
2.
Arenado foul ball.
Scatters the Sox. Or at least a sock. I saw one guy on the railing back away.
He stays alive.
So do we get to the bottom of the sock then? Heard from a couple of sources. First the 0-2 pitch. It's
another foul ball third base side.
Michael Duke, who does such a great job as the official scorer with the Giants. He watches all of our games. He's a big closet Cardinal fan. He said that the AP style book says socks is interchangeable, singular or plural. Okay. It makes the most sense. It does.
0-2 again.
Just doesn't sound right.
Popped up.
Into shallow center.
It's going to be Chase Mydroff with the catch. 1 out. Finally.
Cheer for Booster. There's the first out. And Nootbaar's coming up. Nootbaar drew a bases loaded.
Here's Lars to the plate.
Brandon Eisert. First walk Eisert had given up to a left-handed batter this year. See what he does with Boozer.
Lefty. First pitch from Boozer. Lars shows Bud and pops it away. Lars is playing in left today. Single, walk, and an RBI.
Gorman leads.
0-1 offering from Boozer is in there. Strike 2. Nice bending sweeper that ends up in the zone.
Maton in the Cardinals pen. Jordan Leisure, Steven Wilson, we're told, are getting loose for Chicago. Newbar and an 0-2 count.
Payoff. Missed outside. Missed outside again. The count's tied at 2.
At his best, he's not afraid to bat with 2 strikes. He's even the count. I got a feeling that Boozer's probably going to come
Inning-ending
back
double
with
play
that
ball in
sweeping
effect here for the
slider
White
again.
Sox.
Let's see if Lou can stay on one.
2-2 offering. That's down and kicks away from Kyle Teal. And there goes the double play chance. Gorman the second.
So a couple of mistakes here for the White Sox. Now a base hit could give you the lead. It's a full count. And Jordan Walker waiting on deck.
Look at second. Full count delivery is down. And Lars Nootbaar draws a walk. And the Cardinals have 2 on and 1 out.
Key man in the inning. And that was an at-bat that started 0-2 in the hole and worked it all the way back.
Chicago's going to bring their infield in.
Ethan Katz, the pitching coach, is going to come to the mound.
Jordan Walker to the plate for the Cardinals. Here's a hit for the Sox.
So the White Sox, here's their last mound visit. I honestly can't remember the last time we've had that happen. No. And one of those roster moves that I talked about earlier is one of the men pitching. Tyler Gilbert, a left-hander, is up. Adrian Hauser was placed on the paternity list today. Gilbert was brought up, and Owen Webb was also called up from Charlotte. He's their 27th man. So Jordan Walker, he's 1 for 3.
First pitch between Boozer and Walker.
2 in, 2 on, and 1 out. Swing.
Walker high fly ball to the left center field. That is going to be caught by Lou Bob at the warning track.
Walker crushed that one. But
2 outs.
that one back into the glove of
Nolan Gorman moves up to third, and Jordan Walker just missed hitting a go-ahead 3-run homer.
Gone, and Walker can't believe it either. Man, that is 3 balls today hit by the Cardinals that you thought were going to get out of here and just didn't walk. He knew exactly what was coming. First pitch, he was looking for that sweeper, drove it to the biggest part of the ballpark, but nothing to show for it.
Now with 2 outs and runners at the corners, game tied at 4.
He's a right-handed batter. Pozo has grabbed a bat. Looks like he'll be announced to pinch hit.
Yohel Pozo is going to pinch hit.
Want this matchup. Maybe what they're worried about is Wilson versus Brendan Donovan in this spot, because you could burn Pozo and bring Brendan in to hit. And he's standing behind Ollie Marmol's perch in the Cardinals dugout, ready to go if called upon. So it looks like the Cardinals are going to let it ride with Pozo, first and third, 2 outs.
Ollie Marmol with a sheet in his hand, setting up the game plan. First pitch from Boozer to Pozo is down, ball 1.
First and third, 2 outs. Cardinals have had 2 3-run homers taken away by the wind today.
1-0.
But a 2-run homer from Contreras.
Oh, didn't get the call. Fastball painted. Or call the ball by the home plate umpire. 2-0.
And Herrera all crushed baseballs. That's high.
That misses outside. 3 balls and no
Short
strikes.
Herrera, his would have only been a solo home. Is that all? No. The ball was smashed to center field. 3 balls, no strikes.
Boozer losing Pozo. Trying not to walk him. The 3-0 splits the plate. Strike 1.
Yohel Pozo, the 7th man to hit in the inning.
3-1. Pozo puts it foul. And the count is full with 2 outs and runners at the corners. Game tied at 4 in the 8th.
A couple of steps from first. Got to make sure that Boozer makes
Mason
the pitch.
Wynn on deck.
Foreman 90 feet away. Well, you'd really love to cash in that throwing error from Boozer here, but it'll take a 2-out hit or another Chicago mistake.
Full count delivery to keep it tied. Pozo slends it foul.
Into the second deck.
Third base side, and he stays alive. This has been a rough inning for Cam Boozer.
Tough to strike out. He's almost impossible to walk. Again, the 3-2. Nootbaar takes off.
3-2 again. Pozo rips this one in the left field for a base hit. The Cardinals have the lead. Yohel Pozo with a pinch hit RBI single to put St. Louis in front.
And he steps up big in a 3-2 count. This ball is laced through the left side. Got himself a hanging sweeper and covered it and floats all the way to first base. So Will Venable stuck with Cam Boozer a long way in his 8th inning. And Yohel Pozo with a big pinch hit single extends the inning.
And Cam Boozer's day is done. The Cardinals with a 3-run 8th inning. They're in the lead and they're looking for more. 2 runners on, 2 out. Pozo gives St. Louis the lead. Be right back. Steven Wilson is the new pitcher for the White Sox. With 2 outs and 2 runners on, and the leadoff hitter in St. Louis's lineup, Mason Wynn, to the plate.
So Wilson versus Wynn. Mason's walked in his 4 plate appearances today. He's scored as well. Cardinals with a 3-run
First pitch. Breaking ball, top of the zone, but doesn't get the call.
5 of Mason Wynn's homers have come. Of his 6 homers, I should say, have come on the road. How about another one here?
1-0 offering. Wynn hits a fly ball into center. Luis Robert Jr. makes the catch, but the Cardinals put up 3 in the 8th to take the lead. 5-4 here at right field. Let's see what the White Sox can do in the bottom of the 8th. Can they answer? We'll see. Be right back. Bottom of the 8th. Cardinals 5, White Sox 4. New pitcher from St. Louis, Phil Maton's in and fires a strike to Vinny Capra.
Phil
Maton is first St. Louis season. First season with the Cardinals. After being with the Mets last year. Faces Vinny Capra, who did not start the season with the White Sox. He was on the Brewers to begin the year. And turns on one into left field, which is foul. And what a catch by the ball boy down there.
So it's either Michael Whitty or Chris Tuno. Okay. The Cardinals PR department who's responsible for that moniker. It's a good nickname. Yeah.
Well, Vinny Capra got caught by the Brewers after hitting an opening day home run.
2 strikes.
He got cut, and now he's with the White Sox and goes after that pitch, but it's a fly ball in the right, playable for Walker, and there's one gone.
Been terrific of late. Let's check out our StatCast feature powered by Google Cloud.
Michael A. Taylor in the 6th inning, a 2-run shot, a changeup that just got pulled glove side from Steven Matz, ended up a 373-foot shot right down the line. Your StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
Here's Michael A. Taylor, who hit a go-ahead 2-run homer in the 6th. And he goes after that pitch and fouls it up and back.
We knew no one had done it since 1974. The last Cardinal with a 4-strikeout inning Bob Gibson, June 7th, 1966.
Pretty good company right there.
Pretty good.
0-1. That catches the corner. Strike 2 on a cutter. On the outside edge of the plate.
Pedro Pajes has checked in behind the plate with a 1-run lead. So he and Maton, the new Cardinals battery.
Timeout.
Late here in game 1. Vinny Capra popped out. Taylor has reached base twice. His homer down the left field line.
Payoff. Misses outside. Ball 1.
A ball and 2 strikes. Standard doubleheader today. There'll be 30-40 minutes between games. And then right back at it. Michael McGreevy's going to pitch for the Cardinals in the nightcap.
1-2. Foul ball, first base side.
It was really impressive in his last start. His first big league loss. Gave up a couple of runs early and then really settled in after his second inning grad and contained that high-powered Dodger offense.
And that's the thing. He was facing one of the best lineups in all of baseball. You're going to have some traffic, right? I thought they executed pitches when he
Whoa! Michael A. Taylor takes an inside curveball to tie the count up and got out of its way.
One of his outings in the big leagues.
So hopefully he'll be pitching for a series and doubleheader sweep. We're not there yet. We've got 1 out in the home 8th. And 2-2.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chase the outside curveball.
That thing looks straight as a
Michael A.
string.
Taylor goes down swinging, and there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th.
And that thing right there is unhittable. The spin on that curve.
Phil Maton's got 2 outs on 9
Very
pitches.
good big league hitters can't wait on that thing.
And now to the plate for the Sox. Here's Mike Tauchman, the leadoff hitter. And he takes an inside cutter for ball 1. Mike Tauchman's hitless today. He's 0 for 4. First season with the White Sox. Bounced around a lot. Was with the Cubs last year. Swings and misses at the sweeper. He was late. 1-1. Tauchman struck out twice. Has grounded out twice. Today. In his first game of the doubleheader. 1-1. Tauchman fly ball, but he popped it up. It's too high. Coming out there and left. Lars makes the catch to end the inning. The Cardinals stay in front. 5-4 heading to the 9th. And my internet loves to go to shit. All right, well, here we go again.
They haven't been throwing him a lot of hittable fastballs. They've been throwing him a lot of sweepers and cutters. Many of them up in the zone.
There's a curveball that he will lift in the air to left field. 3 up.
Come on, man. This is sickening. Cardinals, Sox. Can't see. Unbelievable how bad this internet is. It's unbelievable. All right, be right back. Top of the 9th. Steven Wilson stays in.
Pedro Pajes.
And here's Pedro Pajes to the plate.
Contreras. Not sure if there's anything wrong with Herrera, but I understand the move from a defensive standpoint of
Yes,
getting
he
Pajes
is
in
the
the
new
game.
catcher.
Defensively laid for sure. You'd obviously love the bat of Herrera here, although Pajes has stepped up in some big spots.
First pitch from Wilson to Pajes is a swing and a miss. Chase the sweeper. Strike 1.
After the game.
Jim Hayes will be downstairs getting sound for the post-game show between games 1 and 2.
A 1 offering. Swing and a miss. Chase the sweeper in the exact same spot. Nothing in 2.
Good enough for strike 2.
Punch out pitch.
Oh, that
Fouled off.
Burleson. Alex, standing in the shadows, has decided, well, I think I'll move a little closer to the dugout
Hey,
still.
Skipper, I'm going to come hang out by you.
Yeah.
Does that sound better? He's all limbered up now.
So 0-2 for Pajes.
0-2 again. Whoa, way up high. Ball one. Overthrew that fastball, it looked like. And Wilson kicked in a little bit of the mound. Maybe he slipped.
Base is empty in the ninth. Boy, another run or two sure would be nice. Cardinals have Ryan Helsley getting ready.
1-2.
We presume.
Got him!
Cut on and missed.
Sweeper in the exact same spot as the other two.
Start the ninth.
Pa has chased all three, and there's one gone on the strikeout. Here's Alec Burleson, who started off the eighth inning with a single
1-for-2. He's
before
walked,
Wilson
switched on
knocked him in
catcher's
with the
interference.
game-tying homer.
Singled and scored ahead of the Contreras bomb that tied the game an inning ago.
First pitch. Outside, ball one on the sweeper. Burleson reached on interference, walked, got the single and scored a run, and the single and the run happened in the eighth inning. 1-0. Burleson rips one to right. That one's going to be down in front of the glove of Talkman. Base hit. Throw is cut off, and Alec Burleson with another single.
Here in game two. And he's got a 6-game hit streak with a 5-hit series.
Keeps on rolling this time. Probably a broken bat by the sound of it. And this thing just dumps her.
3 RBI game for Contreras. Sac fly in the first, 2-run homer in the eighth.
Oh my God, this is a mess. All right, Wilson to Wilson, Steven Wilson to Wilson Contreras. First pitch. Sweeper in the same spot as where Pajes were, but Wilson, unlike Pajes, doesn't chase.
I mean, it has been one of those frustrating offensive games until the late innings, and a superbly pitched game from Fetty and the bullpen.
That's a breaking ball at the top of the zone, but doesn't get the call. 2 balls and no strikes.
Here in Chicago, 12 runs in game one, and a 3-run eighth. Aided by
It looks like that's been a pitch that hasn't been called all
turned
game.
into the go-ahead run. 2 balls, no strikes.
2-0 delivery from Steven Wilson. Sweeper down.
They are pitching
3-0.
him carefully, as you'd expect. Everything sounded loud off of his bat.
3 RBIs in the day for Wilson.
11 homers, 30 RBIs.
Ahead 3-0.
in his career.
Probably
against
gonna
the
get a
White
free
Sox,
heater down
including 3 multi-homer games.
the middle.
For Contreras.
No, it's way up high, and Wilson had to fall to avoid getting hit. He'll walk. And the Cardinals have 2 base runners on again.
Being sent there, but it was received. Contreras draws ball 4.
Well, you certainly don't want to send any message up there, up and in at the head of Contreras, and hopefully the Cardinals can make Wilson here and the White Sox pay for it.
Yeah, that didn't look like it slipped out of his hand. And
So
I'm sure
4-pitch
that was
walk from Wilson. Here's Nolan Gorman, who's 0 for 4. Has 2 runners on.
So you're right. Make him pay here with Gorman, 2 aboard.
Wilson
and
looks at
1 out.
Burleson twice. Now the pitch to Gorman. In there,
Strike one.
strike 1.
Gorman hit that tapper back to the mound. Cam Booser fielded and lobbed the ball to first and threw it over the head of Ryan Noda.
0-1 offering.
Didn't stop.
Gorman doesn't go. The ball nearly gets away from Teal. Thought about throwing to first, but everyone stays put.
Going. He's kicking the bag. Cardinals were in business for a double steal.
Well,
1-1.
fortunate right there that changeup from Wilson was in the dirt, allowed Contreras some time to get back over at first base.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Big cut at that sweeper right down at the knees.
Down to his
Strike
last
2.
strike with Nolan Arenado waiting on deck. In the ninth, the White Sox will have their 2-3-4 batters coming up. 5-4
1-2 with 1 out and
St.
2 on. Gorman fly ball. Right field coming in is Talkman with a sliding catch. 2 outs.
Gorman caught that off the end of the bat. This time it sticks in the right fielder's glove. 2 outs. Arenado coming up. Nolan needs a hit to extend his streak to 8 consecutive games with a base
Here's
hit.
Nolan Arenado.
They walked
With
him
2
intentionally.
runners on
That
and
led to
2
a
outs.
bases-loaded walk and a
5-4
tie game in the
lead for
6th.
St. Louis. Let's see if Arenado can knock a couple of Cardinals in. He's 0 for 3 today. First pitch. Sweeper in the dirt for ball 1.
That's what the right-handers are getting here against Wilson. It's a steady diet of that sweeper. He's done a pretty good job of burying them down.
Wilson looks at Burleson in second. Long look. Double take. And he steps off.
Sosa snuck in behind Burleson, but no pickoff throw. Nolan's tried to punch the ball through the right side in recent days. That's an inviting target here with that sweeper.
1-0 pitch. Sweeper down. 2 balls and no strikes.
Sosa almost right behind the second base bag. Vargas with 15, 18 feet away from the line at first.
Arenado tries to shoot one down the first base line, but it's foul. 2-1.
Fifth batter of this inning, Nolan Arenado.
2-1. Arenado, high fly ball to left field. If it's fair, it's gone. It's foul.
As the great
Oh
Mark
my
Harrelson
God.
would have said here, right size, wrong shape.
Just out in front of that sweeper.
So Wilson's batting
Burleson
back
at
to a
second.
2-2
Wilson
count.
at first. 2-2 with 2 outs. Payoff. Check swing foul ball.
And fouled it off. Well, that sets up the outer half nicely, doesn't it? Pitch like that.
Well, that's what he's going to want to do anyhow. He's going to want to throw that sweeper away. But like you mentioned, Nolan can go that way, especially with 2 strikes.
Two again. Arenado fouls back the sweeper.
Man, has he had some big
And he is
at-bats late in games on this
drawing
road
this
trip.
at-bat
Most
out.
notably That one in Milwaukee, that 12-pitch sequence. That was incredible.
Yeah, off of McGill, that was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, the game started with a 7-pitch sequence to Mason Wynn that led to ball 4 and a run. Arenado about to see his 7th here in the 9th with 2 outs.
2-2 yet again. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Sweeper got Arenado. And we head to the bottom of the 9th where Ryan Helsley will try and close it out in the bottom of the 9th. He'll get Mydroth, Benintendi, and Vargas, all with multi-hit games. Be right back. Bottom of the 9th. Ryan Helsley
3 spot in the 8th inning to take this 5-4 lead.
trying to get yet another save.
Well, with Helsley, you know about the wipeout slider, but that has to be set up with his fastball, right?
And the first batter he'll face is the rookie Chase Mydroff.
Most trouble inexplicably this year.
It has. Look, his fastball's triple digits, but it's all about where you end up putting it. He's had some issues commanding that pitch.
Well, let's see what he's got in store for us here in
First
the
pitch.
First one is
Fastball up high, ball one.
but high. This year,
It's 5-4 Cardinals. Bottom of the ninth.
opponents hitting
Mydroff
440
with 2
against
singles
Helsley's
and a stolen
fastball.
base today.
600 is the slug against it. His slider's unhittable again, under 100 the average against that pitch.
Check swing. Mydroff went around. Strike one.
There's a break. 1-1 to count. So instead of 2-0, it's 1-1 for the Cardinals right here.
1-1 offering. Mydroff fouls away. Barely. 1-2.
To put that in perspective for Helsley, last year in his fantastic season for the Cardinals, opponents hit 276 against us here. Chance to improve on
Here's the
that.
payoff for the first down in the ninth.
And did he go
Mydroff, did he go around? He did. Strike three. Chase the slider spiked in the dirt. And Chase Mydroff couldn't hold up. And there's one gone in the bottom of the ninth.
Well, it is that disappearing slider. Again, you get a great view at it there. Absolutely did go on that one. I think he was more upset about the pitch prior.
So it's Helsley versus Benintendi.
Here's Andrew Benintendi. Benintendi a lefty, Helsley a righty. First pitch.
Ball one.
Just missed outside with that slider. Good take from Benintendi.
Cardinals are gunning for their 6th win in June.
Triple, single, and a run scorer for the designated hitter, Benintendi. He's ahead 1-0. Here's the pitch. And it's a check swing, fouled back. 1-1.
Nationals won today. They beat Colorado to snap a long losing streak. Twins clobbered the Reds. Cubs trail 8-7 in the 9th inning at home. Could be a profitable day for the Cardinals if we can win this one and the nightcap.
St. Louis trying to take game one of the doubleheader as Benintendi slices one foul. Fastball at 101. It's 1-2.
As Benintendi scratching his head with a 2-strike count.
Payoff. Benintendi, high heat, chops it. Right to win, throw to first. And the White Sox are down to their final out. And their last hope is Miguel Vargas,
This young man, Miguel Vargas,
who last week against the Astros missed hitting a game-tying home run by 5 inches at the Crawford boxes down at Dyken Park.
Staring at a 1-run decision. Who's going to end up?
What can you do here? With 2 outs the bottom of the ninth. Righty against Helsley. First pitch is a slider that just missed high. Ball 1. Good eye there from Vargas. Got a multi-hit game going. Trying to tie it or just get on. Ground ball right to Ryan Helsley. Flip the first. And the Cardinals come back and take game one of the doubleheader. Ryan Helsley with the save. Yohel Pozo with the game-winning RBI. And the Cardinals take game one on the south side. See y'all later. RBI. Peace.